Good morning, everyone, and welcome into the Bozard Ford studio for the St. Johns County show that's on in the morning. We have a masked man vandalizing a historic building, a judge bans gift card company for deceptive practices, the county to begin beach tilling Monday, and former Yellow Jackets QB made history. We'll get to all that more, but first we want to thank Bozard Ford. Since 1949, Bozard Ford Lincoln has been more than just a dealership. It's been a St. Augustine tradition built on trust, family values, and doing things the right way. For 75 years, generations of drivers have relied on Bozard for quality vehicles and honest service. With over 1,200 vehicles to choose from, no surprise pricing, and the Drive Happy guarantee, Bozard makes car buying truly effortless. That's the Bozard difference. Their award-winning, state-of-the-art facility features 91 climate-controlled service bays, a quick lane for no appointment maintenance, over 40 mobile service vans to bring the Bozard difference to you, and even Ford's Garage restaurant right there on site. Recognized with the prestigious Triple Crown Award and President's Awards, Bozard Ford Lincoln delivers hometown service with national-level excellence. You'll find friendly faces, great pricing, and a better buying experience just off I-95 and State Road 16. Bozard Ford Lincoln, they are driven to inspire. Also, a big shout-out to all of our amazing sponsors. We've got Old Town Trolley, Ben 39 Wine Bar, B&S Signs, Canaan Law Attorneys, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, and Sonny's Barbecue. Support all of our wonderful sponsors and support us with your likes, comments, and shares. You can follow us on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube and Rumble, and download our app from the Apple App Store. You can also check out our merch shop right there in the app. All right, good morning, everybody.
Hey, happy April Fool's Day.
April Fool's Day.
Yes.
You wanted me to do an April Fool's joke, and I didn't do it.
You didn't do it. I saw that, you coward.
People get really mad.
You coward.
What I say doesn't match what they see, and so I didn't do
So, Nick, I told her, I was like, tell him that Rebecca got the first comment.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't do it.
Which, if it was between you and Rebecca, I would have done it, but Rebecca's not in the comments yet.
Mm-hmm. So, well, maybe she is.
Well, she didn't comment.
April Fool's.
Okay, Rebecca is now going by Joy.
Yeah. She's celebrating Edible Book Day. So,
Edible Book Day?
Yeah. So that's one of the days today.
What is Edible Book Day?
I don't know. Who eats books?
I don't.
Yeah.
I have a little kids, like a little baby board book that says we don't eat books.
Don't eat books.
It goes through everything you can eat and what you can't eat. And it's very cute.
International Tatting Day? So does that mean you get a...
Like a tattoo? Or is that like... Isn't there a craft that's tatting?
I don't know.
Like felting or something?
I really don't know.
I don't know.
So,
I think there is.
Yeah.
Blake, how you doing? Blake's
Where's
gone.
the microphone?
I am doing well on this fine, fantastic morning. Dang it, that joke
You were
blew.
so close.
If only I had my microphone on, so dang it.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to make you stand the entire day. I hit his,
you hit his chair.
I hit his chairs from him. So.
I come in and he's moving chairs, and I'm like, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
He had taken this one.
Yeah.
He was definitely going to sit.
No, that one I moved too. I hid that one also because I figured he would come in and take that one immediately.
Okay.
So I hid the two in the studio and the one closest to it. So
all right.
he was at least going to have to work
to get that one.
You could at least hit it upstairs.
Well,
in Mike Davis's office.
Yeah.
Just put it in the elevator. Nobody
Yeah.
uses the elevator.
Yeah.
Ever.
I was going to take him all the way to the bathroom, but I decided that was too much work.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah. So. Happy April Fool's Day.
Happy April Fools.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Do we have a question today?
We don't.
Scared. Okay.
We don't have a show at all today.
Do we have quick check the weather?
No, actually, no. We do have a question today. If you didn't go to the college you went to, what was your next choice? Or what was your other option?
Okay. If I didn't go to my dinky little private college up in New York that closed down shortly after I left it, then I would have gone to Clemson University because my whole family went to Clemson on my dad's. Yeah. So it was really between going to Clemson, like my dad's side of the family, or going to this college. And this college had great connections in the field I wanted to work in. So that's why I went there. They didn't have a football team, so I got forgiven.
Mm-hmm. Or you were okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They weren't playing against Clemson.
Yes.
Gotcha.
They weren't mad at me.
Blake, what was your second choice? I don't remember you have another choice.
Yeah, second choice. I think I did apply. So Full Sail University was like
that's
a
right.
guarantee, but I was like too expensive, and
Yeah, it was
like
expensive.
yeah, that would have been like too awful at the time. But if
That's where Clay went, isn't it?
yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Clay
Yeah.
went to Full Sail.
I think so.
yeah.
And I think Ricky went there.
Probably.
Yeah, I think Ricky Frazier went there.
Yeah, but if every university on the world in the world gave me a full ride scholarship, where would I choose? I would say Ohio State.
Oh,
All right.
sorry, I gave him
Ohio
his chair
State?
back. I should have had those chairs.
Is that an April Fool's joke?
I think it's got to be.
That made my stomach turn a little
Yeah.
bit.
Well, it made my hand twitch when I go to write checks.
Can't sign that one.
Nope, not gonna sign that one. Well, when I came out of high school, I had a really good high school baseball career, and I thought, okay, all these schools are gonna just absolutely love me, and everybody's gonna accept me and stuff. So I got accepted to the University of Florida, got accepted to Florida State. I didn't apply to Miami, which is my favorite school, but I thought coming out of high school, Stetson offered me a little something, but it wasn't enough, and we couldn't afford it. So I ended up going to JUCO. So
Okay.
I went to JUCO, played baseball there. When I came out of JUCO, I realized I'm not growing anymore, and I'm going to be the size that I am.
Uh-huh.
And I only had two options. It was here in West Florida, Flagler in West Florida.
Okay.
So West Florida would have been my where I possibly could have landed, and everything would have been different in my world.
Very different world.
Yeah.
For us, too.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely for Blake.
I wouldn't be here right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. So that's where
Okay.
where I could have landed, and I already had a job in Pensacola, even to go play baseball, and then I had another part-time job because the Parks and Rec department there was somebody that was friends with my boss down in DeLand.
Okay.
So it could have easily went that way.
So that could have been.
The closeness to DeLand is what was the tiebreaker for Flagler.
Okay.
So
So you had your ducks were getting in a row for
Yeah.
Pensacola. So, all right.
Well, and I was supposed to come here with somebody from Seminole Community College, and he took a scholarship at University of North Florida, and I got the other half of his scholarship, so that helped the tiebreaker too.
Yeah.
So, because we were splitting that one scholarship, and that kind of helped the tiebreaker, that little extra money.
Nice. Nice. Very cool. All right. Now it's time for a quick check the weather.
It's going to be a nice day. High of 76.
Are you punking
Enjoy
us?
it.
Are you punking us?
No.
That quick check the weather brought to you by Bin 39. Go down to Bin 39. It's going to be a great day. Discover one of St.
Yes.
Augustine's hidden gems. Bin 39, located inside St. George Inn at the north end of St. George Street, with over 95 boutique wines, including 50 rated 90 points or higher by Robert Parker. Bin 39 is perfect for a date night or unwinding after work. Enjoy wines by the glass or the bottle in a peaceful courtyard setting with live music adding to the atmosphere. Open daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Just stop in and say, I'll have what Irving's having. Bin 39, your taste to discover. All right. Buckle up, baby. It's a Hit the Blake's traffic report.
No joke with the traffic this morning.
Ay, ay,
Oh, boy.
So, allow me to explain. Top right camera over here, that is actually in Duval County. That is at the exit just south of Old St. Augustine Road.
Uh-huh.
And still, all three northbound lanes are closed.
They're closed
Yeah,
entirely.
entirely.
Oh, wow. And it still looks like there's some movement there. Wow.
Yeah.
I guess people are getting off the exit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's really bad. So let me get out of here. So
What's that one up there? Yeah.
So that's mile marker 3 Tory 1. So people can still get off past.
What's the upper
Kind-
left? That one looks way worse.
No. That's 331. That's south. So people can get off at to get on to 9B to get on to 295.
Okay, zoom in on the one at the upper left.
Yeah. That's south of the crash though. So
That's still going northbound.
Yes.
Okay, and that's south of the crash at
Yes.
old St. Augustine Road.
Yes. Yes.
So that's
So stay off I-95 is basically what we're saying.
not today.
Yeah.
I-95 is not your Huckleberry today.
Mhm.
All right, that hit the Blake traffic report brought to you by Old Town Trolley. Climb aboard Old Town Trolley and explore over 500 years of St. Augustine history in the most fun and flexible way possible. This fully narrated 90-minute tour features 22 convenient stops and more than 100 points of interest, including the Castillo de San Marcos, the Fountain of Youth, and Potter's Wax Museum. Enjoy open-air views all day, hop-on, hop-off access, plus free parking at the Old Jail and Welcome Centers with your ticket. When the sun goes down, experience the city's spooky side with the Ghost and Gravestones tour. Locals ride free with the full fare guest through the Hometown Pass program. Sign up today at hometownpass.com. Old Town Trolley, the best way to see St. Augustine one stop at a time. Moving into the news. We've got St. Johns County judge bans gift card company for deceptive practices. According to reporting from News4Jax, a Northeast Florida gift card company has been permanently shut down in the state following a court ruling tied to dozens of consumer complaints. A judge has banned Gift Card Deal Marketplace, which operated as giftcarddeal.com, and its owner from doing business in the state of Florida after finding the company engaged in deceptive and unfair practices. The case stems from a lawsuit filed by Florida Attorney General's office, which said customers paid for discounted gift cards online, but either never received them, received cards of lesser value, or were sent cards for the wrong retailers. At least 75 consumers filed complaints, with some reporting delayed deliveries and denied or ignored refund requests. The court issued a default judgment after the company failed to respond to the lawsuit, ordering the business to stop all gift card sales and online transactions in Florida. In addition, the company and its owner were ordered to pay more than $858,000 in restitution and penalties, including $48,000 to affected customers and $810,000 in civil fines. Despite the ruling, the company's website remains active as of this week. Customers from across the country say they were misled, with some reporting losses of hundreds, even thousands of dollars before disputing charges with their banks. The owner has claimed technical issues, including hacking, contributed to the problems.
Always the hack.
And says efforts are underway to issue refunds. I'm sure it is.
Yeah. Never heard that one before.
The case is
I don't want to go to jail. I'll give a refund.
The case is also tied to separate legal disputes where a payment processor alleges it had to cover millions in chargebacks connected to the business. Millions. It remains unclear when or how affected customers will receive restitution, as additional legal proceedings are still pending. Eesh.
Mm-hmm.
Buyer beware.
Yes.
I prefer to go directly to the retailer themselves to buy gift cards. That's just me.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
trying to
I
get
mean-
scammed at these marketplaces.
Yeah, I don't go to the marketplaces. I do buy gift cards at Target at Christmas time. So,
Yeah,
you know, the little gift card
the kiosk things
kiosk thing that they
inside
have.
a larger
So-
retailer.
So, I'll, because I'm lazy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go shop. It's like, oh, you know what you want. I know you like this store. That works.
Yeah.
That way it always gets used
I prefer to buy from the retailer itself.
directly from
Yeah. So, like, rather than buying Amazon gift cards at Walmart or whatever and wrapping them up and sending them to family members, I'll just order them on Amazon and have them sent from Amazon, because I'm not trying to get scammed. I'm not trying to have someone like peel off the sticker, get the PIN number, and
Yeah,
then
but
just
that
check
also
until
that
it's
also has
activated.
not always worked in your favor. The spa.
The spa, yes.
Yeah, you bought like
Gift
15.
card scams.
Yeah, you bought like 15
We
uses and you got to use like 3
buy
or something. Yeah.
one get, I think we had buy one get 10 or
Mhm.
buy one get 20, something ridiculous. And I got the one that we paid for,
Yeah.
and then just
The-
never was
yeah,
able
the other
to
20
close
they
it down.
closed up shop.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah. And I have
currently
had
gift cards for another spa.
I've had restaurants do this to me at trivia
Yeah.
where they give out house cash
Mhm.
the last night I do trivia, because trivia is always a busy night,
Yeah.
and they give out house cash,
Mhm.
and then the next week they're closed.
Yeah.
So and you might know someone who did that. So
And I might.
yeah.
I might not be on speaking terms with someone that did that to you. There was also, like, we got a preserved gift card, and we just never got down to it, and it was closed up. I think I had a gift card to Blockbuster Video when it closed. Yeah.
But the good news is all the gift cards that we give out here are all solid businesses, and they're still working well.
Still in working order.
Yes.
All right. SJC to till beaches ahead of 2026 sea turtle nesting season. St. Johns County officials are preparing for upcoming beach work aimed at protecting sea turtle habitats, with crews set to begin beach tilling on April 6th. Coastal management teams will use heavy equipment to plow and loosen sand, helping create better conditions for sea turtle nesting ahead of the upcoming season. The work will take place in phases across the county, starting in Ponte Vedra from April 6th through 9th, followed by Volano Beach on April 10th, and then St. Augustine from April 13th through the 15th. Officials say beach access points will remain open, though there will be temporary closures at Pope Road Beach during equipment drop-off and removal. Beachgoers are being urged to use caution around work zones, as machinery will be active beginning at daybreak with safety spotters on site. The tilling process is part of ongoing environmental efforts tied to beach restoration projects and is designed to improve nesting success for endangered sea turtles. Last year, St. Johns County recorded 999 sea turtle nests, a slight increase from the previous year. However, officials say high tides late in the season reduced hatch success rates. County leaders say monitoring and protecting efforts will continue, with hopes of improving outcomes for the 2026 nesting season. 999 sea turtle nests? We couldn't get just one more, so we had a round number.
Well,
I know.
it still sounds more fun to say 9.
All I can think is Herman Cain and his 999 plan.
Oh yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Herman Cain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I mean,
That's awesome. That's awesome that it increased last year. I'm
good.
sad that the high tides reduced the success rate of the hatchlings.
Right. That's
nature.
That's nature.
I know, but it's so sad. Baby sea turtles are so cute.
Survival of the fittest.
Yes.
So
So
sea turtles are extremely cute.
they're so cute.
And
We were in a resort in Mexico, and my husband is like, I'm going to take the kids to the beach so you can have some time to just like float and read your book and, quiet time alone in the pool. So I was there in the pool just chilling, and he's down with the kids at the beach. And some of the resort workers had things in their hands walking along the sand, and then just stopped my girls and just dropped a baby sea turtle in their hands. And my girls are like, oh, and they're like, to the water. And they ushered them to the water. And so they got to carry baby sea turtles to the water. And they come back and they tell me the story, and I like panic. Like, you shouldn't have touched him.
You're not supposed to touch them.
Leave
Yeah.
him alone.
well, and that's the thing. I was
Like,
going
you
to
can usher them, but you're not supposed to touch
I
them.
was going to ask if
But-
you ever have witnessed a hatching, because it's so hard
Not an
not to
active
participate.
hatching. Yeah.
Not to participate
Oh,
and go.
word.
No, you're going. You
Yeah.
know, or pick them up.
You're
and just
going the
throw 'em-
wrong way.
Just pick them up and throw them into the water. You just want to help them so
Yeah.
bad.
The only help,
because only like 10 of the hundreds
Maybe.
are going to make them.
maybe.
So, yeah.
The only help that like I feel like I can ethically offer is to just be cover for predators.
Yeah.
Don't let the birds land.
Yeah. So.
That's about it.
Well, and that's why it's so important, because they get misdirected, because if they see light, they think
Yeah.
it's the moon, and that's the way they're going.
Yep.
So that's why they have these takes.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only time you're really allowed to participate in helping them
Yeah.
is if they get caught like in a tire track or something like that. And that's why these
Okay.
tillings are so important.
Yes.
So,
Well, because we do allow driving and parking on the beach,
Mm-hmm.
and so that compacts the sand in a way that is not natural.
Yeah.
And so going in and tilling it and loosening everything up
Mm-hmm.
is beneficial for the sea turtles.
yeah. So, okay, you heard that, right?
I did hear that.
Is that your phone?
No.
Someone left their other phone on.
Someone didn't turn their phone on to focus mode. My bad.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
That Gas Buddy gas report's coming up. Tell us in the comments what gas prices are looking like around you. I can tell them they're crap. They look like crap. Sunoco on North Ponce is at 409. Sunoco on South Ponce is 419. Shell at 146 King Street is 426. Shell at 416 Ponce de Leon Boulevard's at 426. Shell at North Ponce de Leon Boulevard's at 427. Owens on South Ponce is 427. Gate at US 1 North is 429. Gate at Mizell Road is 429. Mobile and Circle K on South Ponce, 429. A18 discount beverage is also 429. That's depressing.
Yeah, I paid $4.26 yesterday, and it was hurtful.
Rowdies, could you sponsor the Gas Buddy gas report?
Yeah, we need drinks.
We need booze after we read those prices.
Yeah,
right.
Scott says Costco's at $3.79 yesterday.
My husband took my car on Saturday for the Costco run because I was the vehicle that needed gas, and he filled me up at Costco.
There you go. Good husband move.
I know. What a good guy. All right, live music today.
Well, Blake flipped it.
Huh?
Blake, you didn't leave it?
What?
So what happened was I accidentally looked at Thursday's music report, so this is accurate now.
Okay. He had it where it was starting from the latest to the earliest.
Okay.
On the rundown last night.
Just to mess me up.
Yeah, just to mess you up. But he took pity on you.
Pity. Thank you, Blake.
You're welcome.
Richard Kanicki's at Cafe Alcazar at 12:15. Smoke and Joe Showers at Tradewinds at 1 o'clock. Music and Art by the Sea with the U.S. Air Force Jazz Band is at the pier at 3 o'clock. Carpetbaggers at Hurricane Grill and Wings at 5. Ivan Smith is at Tides at 5. Genia is at T. Smith Asian Bistro at 5:30. Al Canali is at Harry's at 6 o'clock. Rambler Kane is at Pierre's Pub at 6 o'clock. Trivia with Troy, Blake, and Aiden is at Amici's at 7 o'clock. Get yourself a reservation. John Primer is closing out the night at Cafe 11 at 8 o'clock. That music report is brought to you by the first time ever Canaan Law Attorneys. When life takes an unexpected turn, trust the team St. Augustine has relied on for over 30 years. Canaan Law, whether it's a serious injury, criminal charge, family dispute, or civil litigation, their experienced attorneys provide compassionate guidance and aggressive representation every step of the way. Led by partners Patrick Canaan, Andrew Morgan, and Daniel Hilbert, the firm is known for trusted results and strong community roots. Free consultations are available for personal injury and criminal defense. Call 904-849-2266. Canaan Law, legal guidance you can count on when it matters most. All right. Moving into the trends, we have a bit of an update. We talked about how annoyed I was by all of the different weird peep brands.
All right.
And you wanted me to find them. And so I went all over St. Augustine.
Okay. I'm going to hide
All over St.
my
Augustine.
face because we're doing a blind taste testing.
Yep.
I don't know if I want to put on a blindfold on April Fool's.
Yeah, that would be a gamble.
Yeah.
All right. So can I show them
You can
what
show
it
them.
is? And you're not looking?
I'm not looking.
All right. So
And I have to guess
you have
the
to guess
flavor.
the flavor.
Peeps.
It's going to be
Okay.
a little ASMR today, guys. I'm sorry.
None of them are English peas, are they? That's the
No promise.
only flavor I'm not a fan of. All right, here we go.
What do we think?
It almost tastes like watermelon.
Okay.
Okay.
It's sour watermelon. Here's trash.
Okay.
You
Okay.
can look.
There you go. There you go.
All right.
I'm only going to take one bite of each.
One bite of each. So that's
if I-
sour watermelon. My kids said that one was disgusting. Are you a big fan?
It wasn't awful, but it definitely was sour.
Okay. Got another one. This is one. Well, I won't give any hints.
Okay.
Oh, I'll show them. So this is.
I'm happy I already got one right. So
You did.
I wasn't expecting to get any. So
I think you're gonna do well.
I'm already beat my expectations.
I'm very upset. I couldn't find the one flavor I wanted to find.
Okay, let's see what we got here. This tastes
Very
like
ASMR.
burnt, like toasted marshmallow.
Toasted marshmallow. So what is your guess then?
I'm gonna call it s'mores.
It is not s'mores. It is Rice Krispie treat.
Okay.
So I'm assuming you're getting the
That
Krispies.
actually, I really like that one.
Okay, here you go.
There you go.
You can have any of these after we're done if you want.
Yeah.
If I don't take a pack of Peeps back to my kids, they'll probably be upset.
Okay.
But you can have
All right.
all of the rest of them.
What was that one?
right.
That one was what?
So that was Rice Krispie treat.
Rice Krispie treats. Okay.
Yeah.
I did like that one.
So that was the one that I was annoyed with because it was like, how do you make marshmallow flavored marshmallow?
Exactly. That's what I was saying. It tastes like
It's
toasted marshmallow. All right. Let's see what we got. All right. Not a fan of this one.
No? Doesn't smell appetizing.
I don't know.
The thing that inspires this-
birthday cake.
It is not birthday cake. It is Pop-Tart frosted strawberry, which is my
It's
favorite
definitely had
Pop-Tart.
strawberry. Definitely, it was a strong strawberry.
Yeah. All right, so I got a
But
wild
it didn't
card
smell
here.
like strawberry.
It didn't. It doesn't smell good.
It smelled like yak.
All right, wild card flavor.
Mm.
Because I couldn't find hot tamales, which is the one I really wanted.
Oh, okay.
So Blake, you can come in and you can try any of these too. But my kids they watched me leave and then come home.
Yeah,
with
the
these.
strawberry one was my least favorite so far.
All right, even for the sour watermelon?
Even worse than
Okay.
sour watermelon. Okay, what we got? I should have drank water in between. I'm still tasting the strawberry.
Curiouser and curiouser.
It's kind of has a little bit of a cinnamon to it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with Red Hots. Where we at?
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
So it's more cherry.
Probably cherry, yeah. They look like they should be cinnamon.
So
though.
is that the last one?
That's the last one I
Okay.
found.
All right. So
I
to
wanted
me,
the hot tamales. That would have been the cinnamon one. But
to
I
me,
couldn't find
the
it.
Rice Krispie treat one was the best.
Okay.
I would probably go Dr. Pepper second.
All right.
And
Sour watermelon.
sour
third.
watermelon, and my least favorite was the strawberry one.
That's the one that smells the worst.
It does not smell right.
It does not smell
No,
good.
I think that might have been the problem with
And
me.
this is the only flavor I found at Dollar General. And the lady at Dollar General was mean to me.
Well,
The
they're
lady
they're
at
not-
Dollar Tree was also not nice.
they're not known for customer service there.
No. Well, it was one of those situations where, she's checking in an order, the vendor's talking to her. I totally get that. And so I go get my item. I'm waiting at the register. I see that she's like looking at the vendor's screen, whatever. Totally get that. I'm waiting there alone. And, a minute turns to 2 minutes. Now another customer's behind me. She's looking at me. I'm looking at her. She's like, I kind of need to get out of here. And then a third customer comes. The woman still has not, she's 10 feet away from me.
Hasn't
She
even
still has
recognized you.
not said, I'll be there in just a second. Let me help this guy get out and back on the road. Like, if she had just acknowledged that we were there,
Yeah.
then that would have been one thing, but she didn't. And so they're all like, does she see us? And so I'm like, ma'am, may we check out? And she snapped at me so fast. She was so passive aggressive and rude and just overly loud.
What were the
Yeah.
other people in line like?
The other customers were like, bless your heart. I hope you have a great day. Meanwhile, she's like, have a good day, ma'am. Thank you. I'm like, I hope you have a great day too. I will. Thank you. Good
Wow.
gracious.
Wow.
You're having a great day.
Which one of our $90 generals was that?
That was the one on Old Moultrie, the one that you can approach by the Dining with Dignity area.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, so
That
207 and Old
it
Moultrie.
backs up to that.
She was not happy with me. And I wasn't trying to be rude, but she didn't acknowledge that we were standing there at all.
Yeah.
And if she had given us a, be there in just a minute, then that would have been one thing.
Well, probably what happened is
What happened was,
someone didn't show up for work, she was stuck there having to do like 3
Yeah.
different jobs.
I'm sure.
And yeah.
I do not envy her the task.
So
of,
the anger probably was not directed towards you. It was the
Yeah.
person that possibly had not shown up, and she
Yeah.
was having to deal with someone like you buying peeps.
I was the jerk.
Yeah.
And then at Family Dollar, there was a Karen in front of me in line that like lectured the lady on how to give change. And so I understood why that lady was short with me. Like it had nothing to do with me and everything to do with the woman that had just left. So like didn't care about that one. But Dollar General felt personal.
Yeah.
That's happened to the trends.
Good to know.
Brought to you by Chris Lucero Bail Bonds. When the unexpected happens, turn to the name St. Augustine Trust, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, available 24/7. Their experienced, compassionate team moves fast to help you or your loved one get out of jail and back home. They handle everything from paperwork to release with professionalism, discretion, and zero judgment. When every minute counts, remember the name and the number, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds at 904-822-BAIL. That's 904-822-2245. All right, back into the news. A masked man vandalizes historic St. Augustine building slated for partial demolition. So we did this story earlier in the week, and now we have a very quick update. According to reporting from St. John's Citizen, a historic building in downtown St. Augustine was vandalized Friday night in a shocking incident that unfolded just hours after a key decision on its future. The building on Avila Street, which dates back to 1880s and once served as a city jail, was targeted by a suspect who spray painted symbols on the front and threw a brick through the window. Witnesses say the man, wearing a mask and a jumpsuit, carried out
the brick through a window that's going to be
Demolished.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's wearing a mask and a jumpsuit. He carried out the act in plain view. One bystander capturing it on video. I saw it on, I think it was St. Augustine News. It was posted. So they were at a nearby restaurant, Forgotten Tonic maybe. The brick used in the attack was reportedly wrapped and marked with a message referencing Frederick Douglass, though the connection to the site remains unclear. I don't know that. I mean, I read Frederick Douglass's biography. I don't know that he would condone that. Contractors working on the building say they were
probably opposed to the statue, the Frederick Douglass statue.
I don't. You need to. Have you watched the video? You should probably watch the video.
Oh, okay.
Contractors working on the building say they were surprised by the incident, especially as efforts had been underway to preserve as much of the structure as possible. Earlier that same day, the city's Historic Architectural Review Board approved partial demolition of the building after engineers determined it was structurally unsafe despite more than $100,000 already spent in an attempt to save it. Plans call for redeveloping the property into a mixed-use space with commercial use on the ground floor and private residence above. City officials say portions of the building will still be preserved as the project moves forward. Police are now investigating the vandalism and no arrests have been announced. The incident adds another layer of tension to an already controversial project involving one of St. Augustine's historic properties.
And people have to understand, if it's not safe, it's just not safe.
Yeah.
The building official cannot allow people to be in buildings that aren't safe.
Yeah.
And if the structural engineer says that and it gets ignored by the city, something happens. Now the city's in trouble.
Yeah.
So, at some point, things wear out.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're actually trying to save a portion of it, I'm happy for.
Yeah.
But at some point, things do wear out. You've gotta understand that's especially wood structure buildings. So
Yeah, absolutely.
and I've been accused of we're doing something by neglect or whatever it is, demo by neglect.
Yeah.
But that's not true. No one wants to spend that extra money. It
is expensive to demolish a building.
2 plus 2 equals 2. 2 plus 2 doesn't
Especially
equal 8.
A building that may or may not
Yeah.
have had lead paint on it at some point, or may not have had asbestos insulation installed inside of the building. Like, it's not cheap to demo those structures.
Yeah.
So
Especially commercial buildings with asbestos. You have to call a company from Georgia to dispose of it. Residential, you don't have to do that, but it's the same stuff, which makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
You can demo a residential with asbestos in it,
Yeah.
and as long as you don't eat it, you should be fine. So
Wear a respirator.
yeah.
All right. Well, I heard that the spray painted vandalism also had some religious iconography with it. I don't know. The whole thing's kind of confusing.
Okay.
All right. Former Yellow Jackets QB made UFL history in Renegades debut. A former St. Augustine standout is making headlines at the professional level after a record-setting performance in his spring football debut. Austin Reed, a former St. Augustine High School quarterback and Chicago Bears player, delivered a historic outing in his first game with the UFL's Dallas Renegades. Reed led the Renegades to a 36-17 win over the Houston Gamblers, setting a league record with 376 passing yards in his debut. He completed 27 of 40 passes, throwing 3 touchdowns and finishing with a strong passer rating, showcasing his ability at the next level. Reed earned the starting job after beating out a veteran quarterback in training camp, and his performance is already turning heads across the league. The former Western Kentucky standout previously spent time with Chicago Bears as an undrafted free agent, primarily on the practice squad during the 2024 season. While he did not return to Chicago the following year, this breakout performance in the UFL could put him back on the radar for NFL opportunities. For now, Reed is making the most of his chance with a strong start that could open the door for a return to the league and further success in professional football. Austin Reed is just a good kid. He goes to a church. I've seen him grow up since he was, I think, 7 or 8. My husband's known him since he was a baby. He got married. His wife is pregnant. They're expecting twins soon. Excited to see that he set this record and that he is still playing and still doing what he loves.
No, and he's been on the show a couple of different times. So just really happy for him and happy, his mom and dad are the champions of both their kids. And, so it was fun to watch. And some of the passes he made they were just spot on, like 40 yards down the field and threw it right into the guy's hand. Made it so easy for the receivers.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the receivers made great plays. They were, they were open, but he hit them right in stride. So hopefully he continues to do that throughout this entire season. So that would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so happy for him and excited for his future. I believe he's got 2 little girls coming.
Yeah.
This summer. So exciting news. Troy, how do you want to check the comments today?
Sorry, Bobby, I'd already written this one down. On this foolish and wacky Wednesday, I will wander through the waking watcher's whispers.
All right, that waking whisper is brought to you by BNS Signs. For over 50 years, family-owned BNS Signs has been the trusted name in signage across St. Augustine and the surrounding area. From vinyl lettering to large pylon signs, BNS Signs does it all. Backed by fast installation, expert crane service, and reliable repair and maintenance to keep signs looking their best. Named Business of the Year for 2025, BNS Signs is known for quality craftsmanship and top-level service. Make a lasting impression with BNS Signs. Visit bnssigns.com because when it comes to signs, they do it all. Troy, comments report.
All right. It is the sheriff's birthday, so happy birthday to the sheriff. Bobby still said, go Air Force.
Of course. Happy birthday, Sheriff Hardwick.
With all reports, someone asked that whether or not the zip line from the lighthouse to the alligator farm is open today. It's actually open and it's free.
Go now.
Just make sure you get there on time. And I think you have to wear a blue shirt for it to be free.
Okay.
So you need to wear a blue shirt.
I'm going to wear a blue 904 Now shirt.
There you go. That'll work. That'll work perfect. All right.
Live stream. Coming soon.
All right. There is a rocket launch today at 6:24. Like, this is the one where they're doing the lap around the moon, right?
Yep. Artemis 2 launches today.
Artemis 2.
Are we sure this is not an elaborate prank?
This is actually real.
We'll see.
Allegedly.
We'll see about
That's what
that.
I heard about the first moon landing.
Yeah. So Artemis, is that one of the Musketeers?
Aramis is what you're thinking. of.
Athos.
Artemis is one of the Greek or Roman gods.
Yes.
I don't remember which one.
So Artemis
Put it in
was
the comments.
Wild Wild West, Jim West's partner.
Yes.
Um,
Which, speaking of Three Musketeers, they think they just found D'Artagnan.
D'Artagnan?
D'Artagnan. They think they
He
just
found his
him.
body?
Yeah.
It was lost?
Yeah, because he died in a battle in another country, and I don't remember where. But the legend was that his body wasn't brought back, and so there was no burial ground in France for it. And they just removed the floor in a cathedral, maybe in Maastricht, because I think I've been there. But they just removed the floor, and they found a body that had the wounds that he supposedly had, according to legend, and some French artifacts with it. So they think that they found D'Artagnan.
All right, so it's Athos.
I didn't know he's missing.
Athos, Porthos, D'Artagnan, and
Athos.
Athos,
Porthos.
D'Artagnan, and
Aramis.
Aramis. Okay,
Aramis.
not
Yeah.
Artemis.
Not Artemis.
Okay, all right.
Aramis.
All right.
Yep.
So Aramis was the one I couldn't think of.
Yeah.
Okay. got
Three
it.
Musketeers with who all was in it? Kiefer Sutherland, Tim Curry,
The
Rebecca De
Pudgy
Mornay,
face guy, the round face guy,
was a good
Oliver,
one.
Oliver Platt.
Oliver Pratt.
Yeah,
Yeah, Platt.
Platt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oliver Platt. He was Porthos.
Yeah.
Great one. That's a great one. I'm going to show that one
What was
to
it,
my kids.
91, 93?
I think
Early
so.
90s.
It was early 90s.
Yeah.
That's a fun one. All right. Do we have Stardom Stat?
Stardom stat today, 1985. The year I graduated high school.
Okay.
All right.
No comment.
Nike released its first Air Jordan shoe,
Okay.
becoming the best-selling shoe out there.
That's earlier than I would have thought.
Yeah, 1985. Well, he was a third pick in the draft. They threw all their money into Michael Jordan. Luckily, he wasn't a bust, and it made Nike an absolute powerhouse. And without that, and now all these amazing shoe contracts, but none of them come anywhere close to the contract that Michael Jordan still has today, and he has his own line with Jumpman, and he's a billionaire now.
Yeah.
He's
For
worth
sure
he's
he
worth
is.
like $3 billion. Well, him buying the Hornets and then selling the Hornets really helped his wealth quite a bit.
Yeah.
And now he has the number one team in NASCAR too.
Why not?
Yeah.
Just take a championship one way or the other in every sport in America.
Okay, Joy, you didn't have to say I
Why
was
not?
4 years old. That was rude. So
That's why I said no comment.
yeah, you were 4 too, weren't you?
Uh-huh.
Okay, all right.
That's Stardom Stat brought to you by Sonny's Barbecue. Craving real Southern barbecue? Sonny's Barbecue, located at 2720 Stay Road 16 in St. Augustine, serves up slow-smoked favorites made to satisfy. Start with crowd pleasers like barbecue pork egg rolls, smoked wings, or crispy corn nuggets, then dig into their tender baby back ribs or try one of the Pitmaster's picks with all the classic sides, including their famous garlic bread. And no visit is complete without Sonny's signature sweet tea. Sonny's Barbecue, local Pitmasters since 1968. All right.
And Scott says he was 3. You guys are just being mean. I got to St. Augustine in 1987. Barbara got here in 1985. So, all right.
I visited
plugs.
St. Augustine when I was 9, so that was probably 90.
Yeah, I was already here and I was already working at Parks and Rec. All right, plugs. We're still looking for. Hate to tell you, we're looking for someone for our gas report.
Are you brave?
Who's brave enough to sponsor the gas report?
And or do you sell intoxicants?
So-
We need you.
Yeah. So no, we have trivia tonight, and we're gonna try. Blake, you and I need to get over so we can see the launch from over there at Amici's parking lot. So
Yeah.
so
Salt Life is a nice balcony, like a nice patio for
Yeah.
a launch. We were there on accident.
we gotta set up.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Amici's is where you're going to see it. And
Yep.
Amici's is fantastic. They have such good food. I need to get back to Amici's soon.
Yeah. So it's always a fun night over there. So
Blake,
yeah. Blake, You got any plugs?
Yeah, if you want to help support the 904 Now or bring your podcast to our studio, you can always contact me at blake904now@gmail.com.
Yes, enjoy. Thank you for saying my shiner looks better. It's because I didn't take my glasses off today. It's still pretty. But no, I was able to take the strips off. So, and the cut itself healed up nice. I just have the shiner.
Yeah.
So, and I'll get the staple out of my head. I'll probably take that out on Friday.
You're taking it out? You're not going to a doctor?
No, I didn't go to a doctor to get a staple.
I know. At some point, don't you think a doctor should be involved in this experience?
I didn't super glue it this time, so it should be fine.
Don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe on YouTube and Rumble. We need sponsors so he can go to a doctor for his head.
Can't afford one.
Polly's tonight, trivia tonight. Bye.